Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. James, Jesus' brother, was the leader of the Jerusalem church. The Jerusalem Council had settled the issue of the circumcision of Gentile believers. Evidently, a rumor had circulated that Paul had gone far beyond the council's decision, even forbidding Jews to circumcise their children. This, of course, was not true. So Paul willingly submitted to Jewish custom to demonstrate that he was not working against the council's decision and that he still lived as a Jew. Sometimes we must go the second mile to avoid hindering God's work, as long as doing so doesn't violate God's word. Because Paul was going to participate with the 4 men in the vow, apparently he had been asked to pay for some of the required expenses. He would need to take part in the purification ceremony for entering the temple. Paul submitted himself to this Jewish custom to keep peace in the Jerusalem church. Although Paul was a man of strong convictions, he was willing to compromise on non-essential points, looking for common ground with all people in hopes that he might save some. It is not uncommon for churches to split over disagreements about minor issues or traditions. Like Paul, we should remain firm on Christian essentials, but flexible on non-essentials. Of course, no one should violate his or her true convictions, but sometimes we need to honor Christ by exercising mutual submission for the sake of the good news. The Jewish laws can be thought of in 2 ways. Paul rejected one way and accepted the other. Paul rejected the idea that the Old Testament laws bring salvation to those who keep them. Salvation is freely given by God's act of grace. We receive salvation through faith. The laws are of no value for salvation except to show us our sin. Paul accepted the view that the Old Testament laws prepared for and taught about the coming of Jesus Christ. Christ fulfilled the law and released us from its burden of guilt. But the law still teaches many valuable principles and provides guidelines for grateful living. Paul was not observing the laws in order to be saved. He was simply keeping the laws as custom to avoid offending those he wished to reach with the good news.